Hello everyone, hi and welcome to Digimento. So let's start today's session. I hope you have revised your basic things of El Nino and La Nina that we discussed in the class yesterday. So with that expectation, let us begin. So the subtopic that we are dealing is environmental issues, local, regional and global issues, climate change and its socio-economic and political dimension. So this is the subtopic that we are dealing now, and within that now we are discussing about the global issues, so global problems. So let's start the classes, but before that, this is our channel, and please do subscribe to our channel if you have not yet subscribed to our channel. We are also providing online courses for GATE, NTA UGC NET and PGT Computer Science. You can visit our website www.digimento.com, or you can call to this number to know more about the online courses that we provide. So let's begin. So let's quickly recap what we were learning last day. So let's quickly see what we were learning. Okay, we were discussing about global issues, regional issues and local issues, and among that we were discussing about the global issues. Now we said that global issues are international issues, and these will be the global issues that we will be discussing. And out of these 6 global issues, ozone depletion and global warming, these are 2 issues that we have already discussed. So we have completed ozone depletion and global warming. Now today we will be discussing El Nino in detail. Yesterday we had an introduction about El Nino, so we will be discussing El Nino in detail today. Also about the acid rain. So acid rain and El Nino, these are the 2 issues that we will be taking up today for the lecture. Then tomorrow we will see ocean acidification and pollution. As I said, we will be looking into the details, not like how we discussed the other global issues. Pollution we will see later, because I'll give you an introduction to pollution, but in detail we will see later, because if you see the unit 9, the last 2 subtopics entirely deals with pollution. So we will discuss that later. Now so this is the first 2 issues, ozone depletion and global warming. So let's quickly recap in 1 or 2 minutes. You can read it by yourself, or you can just go through the points. I hope you have made the lecture notes for all these, because I told you already, lecture notes will help you to revise. Revision is very important. If you are preparing for any competitive examination, then revision is very important. So if you have made the lecture notes, then it's very easy to revise. I hope you all are joining the classes. So who all are there? Suprita, hello. Ankit, hi. Puvidi, hello. Karthik, hi. Hi Neetu, and hi Lipika. Okay, so where are the others? Only these many people. So let's see. Okay, ozone depletion. Ozone, which is a natural gas, I'll just sum up, which is naturally found in the stratosphere. Okay, and the purpose of ozone, which is naturally found in the stratosphere, is to protect the life on earth from the direct UV radiations from sun, ultraviolet radiations from the sun. But due to pollution, or due to anthropogenic activities and some natural activities, what happens, the ozone layer in the stratosphere, it gets thin, or this we refer as ozone hole. So what will happen in that case? The protection will come down. So as a result of that, human beings will be directly exposed to the ultraviolet radiations of the sun. Therefore there will be many impacts on human beings and also life on earth. So this is the basic thing. Now the impacts can be that the genetic material or the DNA can get altered. Also skin cancer can be caused, and also the immune system can get weak. So these are some impacts. So just discussing it in brief, so that others will also join the classes by then. So that is the only purpose. So I hope in another 1 or 2 minutes others will also join the classes. So until then we will just revise whatever we learned till yesterday. Okay. Now again we know what is change in equilibrium. That means the rate of formation of ozone is lesser than the rate of destroying. So this is called change in equilibrium. Equilibrium means when the rate of formation and the rate at which the ozone is getting destroyed. So formation and destroyed, if they are same, we call it as equilibrium. So this is the equilibrium point. Okay, ozone hole also we discussed what it is. Now these are the sources of pollutants or the sources for ozone layer depletion. They are CFCs or chlorofluorocarbons, nitrogen oxides, hydrobromofluorocarbons and methyl bromide. And again sulfuric acid particles, carbon tetrachloride, methyl chloroform and aerosol. So these are some sources of ozone layer depletion. This also we discussed, this figure also we have discussed in detail. Now these are some facts. Okay, next we discuss about global warming. Global warming means average increase in the temperature of the Earth's atmosphere or the atmosphere near the Earth's surface. This is called global warming. And global warming means increase in temperature, which means climate patterns will be altered. It can be due to natural causes or human causes. And the global warming is a result of increased greenhouse gas emissions. So this also we discussed. Then these are some of the greenhouse gases: water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, fluorinated gases, black carbon. So these are some greenhouse gases. And we also discussed about greenhouse effect. What is meant by greenhouse effect? So it's a naturally occurring phenomena, and we said that similar to ozone layer, which acts as a protection for human beings or life on Earth. Again, the greenhouse gases, there is a blanket of greenhouse gases in the lower atmosphere, and the purpose is to warm the Earth's atmosphere and maintain the temperature suitable for living things to survive. But when the emission of greenhouse gases are high, it leads to increase the emission of greenhouse gases, leading to global warming. So basically the purpose of greenhouse gases is to maintain a balance between cooling and warming of Earth's atmosphere. But when the rate of the greenhouse gas emissions increases, it causes damage to the Earth. This also we discussed how this happens, like how does the reflection of energy from sun, solar energy, and how it is reflected back, and all that we have discussed in detail yesterday. I think there is no need to discuss it, but just you can go through it. Maybe you can take some 30 seconds to go through it. And also we discussed about the impacts of greenhouse gas emission or impact of global warming, like sea level increase, change in rainfall pattern, heat wave, flooding, hurricanes, melting of glaciers, ice caps, vanishing of animal populations, spread of disease, bleaching of coral reefs, loss of phytoplankton. All these are some of the impacts. Okay. Next, we will come to El Nino. Okay. So I hope by now everyone else also has joined the class. Hi Senthil, hi Janki, hi Anushri, hi Attar, and SV Degree College. They have asked me for the PDF also. PDF I have discussed with the team yesterday also regarding the PDF. They told me that they will be providing the Google Drive link to all of you. They will upload all the PDF in the Google Drive, and then they will provide the Google Drive link to you. I have already shared all my PDFs with the team. Maybe I think it will take some time. Maybe by the end of this or something, they will give you the PDF, I guess. But definitely PDFs will be provided to you. The PTs will be provided to you. You can use that also for your revision. But I will recommend that if you can make your own lecture notes, that will be the best thing. Okay. Now let's come to El Nino. Yesterday I have asked you to revise whatever we learned, the basic things about El Nino. I hope you have done that. So let's quickly see again what is El Nino. So El Nino, it's actually known as El Nino Southern Oscillation, ENSO, or El Nino Southern Oscillation. Okay. Now, El Nino, the basic literal meaning and all you don't need to understand, but just for your factual information only, I have given you this. It's not important to, understand what is the literal meaning and all. Now, okay, I told you what is El Nino. L parts of Pacific Ocean. I will come to the map also, then you will understand it better. So it is a natural phenomena where the ocean temperatures, ocean temperatures naturally increase in the parts of Pacific Ocean. Now, it occurs in the Pacific Ocean once in every 3 to 7 years and during the month of December to March. Okay. Okay. So, we also said that we have another concept which is called La Nina. Now, La Nina is exactly opposite of El Nino. So, El Nina means it's the rise in temperature, whereas La Nina means which is a fall in temperature. So, it is exactly opposite. Okay. Now, this is what is La Nina. La Nina means little girl, other one little boy. Okay, La Nina is exactly opposite to the phenomena of El Nino. Why? Because it results to cooling, whereas El Nino, it refers to or it results into warming of the temperature or temperature of the ocean waters. So, during El Nino, the surface ocean waters will warm, and whereas in case of La Nina, it cools down. So, cooling or reduction in the temperature. This is La Nina. Now, what happens in the normal time? When we discuss about El Nino, La Nina and all, we need to understand three things or three categories we need to understand. One is what happens during the normal time. Okay, one. Second one is what happens during El Nino. Third is what happens during La Nina. Now, here I am not going to take all the technical aspects of it. Why? Because from your examination perspective, that is from your NTA NET examination, what is given in your syllabus is only to understand its impact on India or how it affects the Indian monsoons. But we cannot go directly into the impact if you do not know what is this concept of El Nino and La Nina. So I will not be going to technical aspects. Technical aspects like, for example, how does the westerlies or the easterlies, the trade winds play a major role here, or the jet streams. So all these things we will not go. It will make things more complicated. For your examination questions, as I told you, I will be discussing all the previous year questions for the last 10 years. From this unit. So from your examination point of view, you need to study only how it affects our country. But for understanding that, you need to understand what is this. Otherwise, it will be like you have to mug up the things. So to give you that basic understanding, I am taking up this topic here. So let's see what happens in the normal times. During the normal times, the tropical South Pacific Ocean, I will take you to the map also. So the tropical South Pacific Ocean. Now, what is this tropical? Why this term tropical is given? If you, okay, I will just show you. Okay, if you see the Pacific Ocean. So, this is the Pacific. One second. So, the equator passes through. So, that is why we say it is tropical. So the climate is almost tropical. The equator passes through and the temperature is already high. Okay, now the tropical South Pacific Ocean, it experiences high pressure, and tropical Indian Ocean experiences low pressure. And yesterday we said that the wind or the moisture laden wind. We can say moisture laden because the wind carries moisture with it. So the moisture laden wind or any wind, it travels usually from high pressure to low pressure. So this is the direction of the wind usually. So this is how the wind travels. So from the high pressure to the low pressure, the wind travels. In normal times, what happens? The tropical South Pacific Ocean, it experiences high pressure, and the tropical Indian Ocean experiences low pressure. Now, can you tell me what will be the direction of the wind? That means the wind travels from high pressure to low pressure. So from where the wind travel and to what direction or to which direction will the wind travel? Can someone tell me in the comment section? Please give me your answers. Okay, Neetu has commented from Pacific to Indian Ocean. Correct. So, from the Pacific Ocean to the Indian Ocean will be the direction of wind in normal times. Now, sometimes the pressure conditions are reversed. So, what is meant by reversal of this pressure conditions? Normally, what is there? High pressure is in the Pacific Ocean and low pressure in the Indian Ocean. So sometimes the pressure conditions are reversed. So Attar and Senthil has also commented. Correct. Both your answers are correct. Now, reversal of the pressure conditions means what? Pacific Ocean will become low pressure. There will be low pressure in Pacific Ocean and there will be high pressure in the Indian Ocean. Sometimes the pressure conditions are reversed and this will result into low pressure in the Pacific Ocean and alternatively high pressure in the Indian Ocean. So high pressure in Indian Ocean and low pressure in the Pacific Ocean. Now, these changes in the pressure conditions being developed in the Pacific and the Indian Oceans, this phenomena is called El Nino. So, we have seen what happens during normal times. We have also seen what will happen during the El Nino. I will explain it to you, don't worry. Okay, so I will also take up the questions that you asked me yesterday. Why only in the Pacific Ocean this El Nino phenomena happens? I'll take up that also. Now, we need to go into the map to understand that. I'll take up that. Okay, now, what happens during normal situations? That is situation number 1. That is the normal situation. During the normal situations, what happens is that the high pressure is developed in the Pacific Ocean and low pressure in the Indian Ocean. So, the direction of the wind will be from Pacific to the Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean to the Indian Ocean, and this wind is not a simple wind as we think. It is moisture laden. So moisture laden wind means that it carries moisture from the Pacific Ocean to the Indian Ocean. So in this process, what will happen? The moisture laden wind, when it travels from high pressure to low pressure in the Indian Ocean, this will create enabling situations in the Indian Ocean, or like we can say the areas adjoining to Indian Ocean for precipitation, and that is how the monsoons, how it impacts the Indian monsoons, especially in the coastal areas of India. This is how the monsoons are experienced, or how how this moisture laden wind acts as a major factor for bringing precipitation or monsoon rainfall to the Indian subcontinent. Okay, now the second situation is that when the pressure conditions are reversed. So reversal of pressure conditions. So during the reversal of pressure conditions, now reversal means that in the Pacific Ocean there is low pressure and comparatively there is high pressure in the Indian Ocean. So what will happen? There will be a reversal of wind. Okay, so reversal of pressure means that there will also be a reversal of the direction of the wind. Now what will happen during El Nino? Can you tell me? We said that during normal situations, this traveling of the wind, the moisture laden wind from the Pacific Ocean to the Indian Ocean, it acts as a very important factor in determining the monsoon rainfall or monsoon pattern in India. Now, can you tell me, when there is a reversal of the pressure conditions, what will happen? The wind directions will also reverse. So, what will happen? As a result of El Nino, that is as a result of this reversal of the pressure conditions, Indian subcontinent or the monsoon places or the states in Indian subcontinent, where the region in the Indian subcontinent where we receive ample monsoon rainfall, the quantity of the rainfall will reduce, or sometimes the rainfall can get delayed. Okay, so that is why in many states, especially in Maharashtra or the states very close to the Western Ghats, where the monsoons are received on a higher scale, those states sometimes experience drought-like conditions. So that is one reason. And I do not say that El Nino is the only reason for drought-like condition, but sometimes maybe in 5-6 years, because of El Nino conditions also, Indian subcontinent and various states in the Indian subcontinent experience drought-like conditions. This is because of the inadequate rainfall. Why inadequate rainfall? Because of reversal of pressure conditions. What will happen? There is a reversal of direction of wind as well. So wind, the moisture laden wind now does not travel to the Indian Ocean, but it reverses, and during that time the Peru region, they receives adequate rainfall. Okay. Attar has commented that winds run towards Pacific, correct? And Neetu has also commented that the monsoon rainfall rate decreases. Yes, that is the impact on India. So that is what we have to study in our syllabus. But if I simply tell you that El Nino, because of El Nino, Indian subcontinent will receive lesser monsoon, nothing will be clear for you. You will not understand why this happens, but you need to have some basic idea. Then you will have a clarity and you will never forget this concept. Okay, now I hope that the concept is clear for you. Okay, now okay, this much we have discussed. Now see this. Usually what happens, and normal year. So this is during a normal year. You can see the first figure. Okay, from the Pacific, how this happens, and this cycle, you know, I'll just, these are all not very important for you, but still I will tell you. So this, can you see this cycle or the circle? So this is called Walker cycle. Not very important for your examination, not that very important. It's not at all required for your examination. You are not preparing the details and all. You need not prepare all the details, but just told you this is called Walker cycle. Now second one is El Nino year. So what happens during a El Nino year? See, here you will see first. Okay, I will delete it so that you will understand. Okay, see, in the first case you will see that the direction of wind. See the direction of wind from Pacific to the Indian Ocean. Now in the second case, did you see this? The direction of wind reverses. So what will happen? These areas will not receive the rainfall, adequate rainfall. So this will lead to reversal of rainfall, and here in this Peru region there will be, so this region, Peru region will receive ample rainfall. So this is what happens during normal year and El Nino year. Okay. Now I hope you understood how does El Nino affect the Indian climatic pattern, how Indian monsoons are affected. We will come to it, don't worry, we will discuss the impacts also. Now okay, I have put this figure to make you understand one question that somebody raised yesterday. I think two people asked me. I don't remember the names, but two people. I think it was Attar. I'm not sure, but yes, two students asked me why this El Nino phenomena, why it is very much unique to Pacific Ocean. So this is the Indian Ocean, so Pacific Ocean. Now, first there are two reasons for it. Okay, two reasons why El Nino is only characteristic of Pacific Ocean. So I'll discuss both the reasons. So first reason is the vastness of the Pacific Ocean, which is the largest ocean that we have. Comment please. So which is the largest ocean that we have? Now first reason is vastness. The second reason is that the equator, the role of equator. So these are the two reasons. Okay, Attar has commented Pacific. Yes, that is the first reason. So one reason why El Nino is a particular characteristic of only Pacific Ocean is because of its vastness. The sea is very vast. The ocean is very vast and it's the largest ocean. Second one is that the equator passes through it. So when the equator passes through it, what will happen? The climatic conditions will be warmer. So the surface water of the ocean will be warmer. So these are the two reasons why El Nino is a specific characteristic of only the Pacific Ocean. So I hope you got it now. Okay, let's move forward. Now let's come to the El Nino effects and the impacts we will see. Okay, I hope this much is clear for you. La Nina is not mentioned in your syllabus in detail, but I hope you got a basic understanding about the La Nina also. Okay, I'll just explain that also. During La Nina, what happens? We saw that during La Nina, what did we see? That the normal condition is again reversed. It will become even colder, or the temperature will reduce further. So as the temperature reduces further, then what will happen? The pressure will increase. So temperature goes down, pressure will increase. So during La Nina conditions, what happens is that there will be excess of rainfall in the Indian subcontinent and these areas. So that is what will happen during the La Nina years. So La Nina is actually favorable for India because the monsoon rainfall that we receive will be even more. Okay, I hope you got that. Now let's come to El Nino effects. So first thing is that it results in rise in sea surface temperatures. So we have seen that. What is El Nino? El Nino means the sea surface temperatures will rise. Now it weakens the trade winds of the affected region. So weakens the trade winds of the affected regions. Now affected regions means those regions which will receive lesser rainfall due to El Nino. So those regions which receive the lower rainfall due to the El Nino conditions, they are the affected regions, and the trade winds weaken. Why? Because there is a reversal in the direction of the winds. So trade winds will weaken, and again in specific countries like India, Australia, it can bring about drought-like conditions. Why drought-like conditions in India and Australia? We have already discussed about it, because there is a reversal in the pattern of wind. So reversal in the direction of wind, and therefore the wind will not bring moisture-laden content to Indian Ocean region or towards Indian subcontinent, but there will be a reversal of direction, and this will make the winds carry the moisture-laden content to the other direction. Now, when there are inadequate rainfall, we call it as drought-like conditions, or when there is very less rainfall that we received, it is drought-like condition, and drought-like conditions will affect the crop productivity largely. Now, I will ask you a question, you have to answer it. So, this is a very simple question, but I want to know whether you have understood my classes or not. So my question is, here we have seen that India and Australia, I'll just change the color so that you will understand it. Okay. Okay, we have here seen that India and Australia, these two countries will be affected. It's not just these two countries, we are taking here these two countries. Now, tell me which country will be more affected due to El Nino. I am not asking you in terms of rainfall received, but regarding crop productivity. So, which country's crop productivity will be even more affected, India or Australia? You have to answer this. So, this is how the questions are asked. Not exactly like this, but the concepts will be checked in your examination. So, I need to know whether you have understood the concept. We have seen that El Nino will bring drought-like conditions, and this drought-like conditions will affect the crop productivity largely. Now tell me, in India or in Australia, the crop productivity will be affected more. Comparison. You can tell me anything. Even if you go wrong, it's okay. Suprita has commented Australia. Why? Can you tell me the reasons also? Pinky told me India. So when you are giving the answer, please tell me the reason also. My question is very specific. Which country will have a larger impact with regard to crop productivity? I am not asking you about the rainfall. Edge of the Pacific Ocean. Okay, Suprita has commented. Okay, now I'll make it clear for you. With regard to India and Australia, let's check two things. One is the quantum of rainfall received. Second one is crop productivity. Now, as many of you have commented, Suprita, Attar, both of you have commented that Australia will be more affected. Australia will be more affected in terms of rainfall received. But in terms of crop productivity, India will be more affected. Nirja and Pinky has commented that India will be more affected. Now I'll tell you why. Now the reasons that you have given, the vastness of the sea, what are the other reasons that you have given me? Edge of Pacific Ocean. So these are all factors that will affect the precipitation rate or the rainfall rate. So rainfall will be more affected in Australia. But when it comes to crop productivity, India will be more affected. Why? Because I already told you in previous classes, Indian agriculture is monsoon dependent. But in Australia, the agriculture is highly mechanized. So in Australia, the agriculture is highly mechanized and they have modern facilities of irrigation like the drip irrigation, etc. So they have a well developed modern agricultural system. So they can take the precautions. But in case of India, we said that 60% of Indian agricultural land or area under cultivation is monsoon dependent, and we do not have irrigation facilities in the 60% of the land. So what will happen? Without adequate monsoon, these 60% of the land will lose its productivity. So in terms of crop productivity, India will be more affected, but in terms of the quantum of rainfall received, Australia will be more affected. I hope you understood this. Okay, now let's move forward. Now, it has also been observed certain times that El Nino may not bring drought but cause heavy rainfall. But in both cases, it causes heavy damage. Now, when is the situation of heavy rainfall? It is during La Nina. Okay. Athar has commented misinterpretation. Yes, that's why you need to be, understanding the question very well. You should understand what is the question all about. Okay, but it's okay. You made a very genuine attempt, and you have given the right answer also. But for what I asked, it was not the answer. But anyways, I'm sure you got the conceptual clarity, so I'm happy about it, Athar. Okay, in certain times El Nino may not bring drought but cause heavy rainfall. Now, what is the situation? It is La Nina. And in both cases, even during La Nina, it can cause heavy damage because of flood-like conditions. Okay, in some other countries, it may result in complete reversal, excessive rainfall in South American coast. That is what we said, Peru, Chile and all, they will receive high rates of rainfall, high quantum of rainfall. So this is about El Nino. I hope it is clear for you now. Now let's come to the second topic, that is acid rain. Okay, I hope all your doubts are cleared, and if you have still any doubts, please post it on the comments. Now, acid rain. Now, acid rain, what have you heard of this term acid rain? Acid rain means that when the pH of the rainfall or rainwater, when it falls below a certain level, it is called a acid rain. So rainfall or the precipitation which carries water with a pH of less than 5.6 is called acid rain. So it shows the acidic properties. We have the basic properties, base and acid or acidic properties on a pH scale. Okay. Now the rainfall which has a pH of less than 5.6 is called acid rain. Now there are two gases which are responsible for acid rain. They are sulfur, oxides of sulfur and oxides of nitrogen. Okay, so sulfur and nitrogen, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen are responsible for acid rain, and they are often transported to distance away from their points of origin by the wind. I'll explain. Okay, now so let us take it as in an industry. So major sources. Okay, now major sources of nitrogen oxides and sulfur oxides. So major sources are two. There are two very important sources. One is industrial emission or industry. Another one is vehicles, pollution from the vehicles. So these are the two sources of emission of nitrogen and sulfur oxides. Now let's take this as an industry. So here you will see emission. So it reaches the atmosphere, and during rainfall it precipitates. So what will happen? Those natural resources like the forest or even the buildings, etc., which receive this acidic rainfall, the depletion will happen. The trees can be depleted. Again, a very good example of acid rain. Can someone tell me a very good example of acid rain? How it has affected one of our greatest monuments? Can you give me that example? Taj Mahal. Have you not read it in your school days that Taj Mahal is one of the very good examples where the color of the marbles of the Taj Mahal has yes, Amzad has commented Taj Mahal. Yes, this is the right answer. So Taj Mahal is a very good example where the color of the marbles is getting yellow color. What is the reason? Because Taj Mahal, which is in Agra, there are industries in the Delhi belt. There are many industries, and also the pollution level in Delhi and adjacent areas are very high. So because of these pollutions, and especially the emission of nitrogen oxides and sulfur oxides, the rainfall received in this region, it has more acidic properties as compared to the normal properties. So what will happen? The buildings, the color of the buildings will fade. A very good example is Taj Mahal. And when this kind of acid rain is received in areas with high vegetation growth, then the trees can also be killed by this acid rain. This will lead to depletion of vegetation. Okay. So basically, what is a cycle? The pollutants from the earth or from the earth surface, it reaches the atmosphere, and from there it is poured down to the earth as acid rain. Now the acid rain again, it can be in two forms. So okay, basically it can be either in a liquid form or in solid form itself. Now in the liquid form, we call it as acid rain. Now it can be in the form of rain, it can be in the form of snow, etc. So these are all liquid forms of this acid shower to the earth back from the atmosphere. Now solid are like smoke, fog, etc. This can be in solid forms. So this is how the acid is received back into the earth's atmosphere. So the first thing is that when there are high industrial activities and when there are high pollution levels, these pollutants reach the atmosphere, then it is poured down to the earth in either liquid form in the form of acid rain or snow, or it can be even in the solid form like smoke and the fog. Okay, I hope you got this. Yeah, Attar has commented that it's a reaction with marble component. Yes, because of the reaction with marble component, the color fades or changes. Yeah, so this is the two types of deposition of acids back from the atmosphere. It can be either a wet deposition, okay, a wet deposition, or a dry deposition. So wet deposition, it can be in the form of rain, snow, fog, or mist. Okay, these are the examples of wet deposition. Dry deposition, the acid chemicals may become incorporated into dust, smoke, etc. and it can fall to the ground through dry deposition, sticking to the ground, buildings, vegetation, cars, etc. So these are the two types of depositions. Okay, now these are the sources of acid rain. So sources of acid rain can be either natural sources, or it can be also man-made or anthropogenic sources. Okay, so let's see. One is sulfur, so another one is nitrogen. So these are the major pollutants which causes acid rain, and this can also be directly asked in your examination. So sulfur can be released through volcanic eruptions, which is a natural source. Decomposition of organic matter, again a natural source. Burning of coal and petroleum, this is a man-made or anthropogenic cause. Now nitrogen, again it can be released through lightning, again this is a natural cause. Volcanic eruption, natural cause. Biological activities, again a natural cause. Forest fires, it can be either natural or it can also be man-made. Combustion of oil, coal, gas, etc., which is anthropogenic or man-made. So basically acid rain can be caused due to factors that are either natural or man-made. Then these are other acid, these are the acid, that is the component, that is formic acid. So biomass burning due to forest fires causes emission of formic acid and formaldehyde. And other acids are phosphoric acid, hydrochloric acid and carbonic acid. So these are the acids, components of acid rain. Now, what are the impacts of acid rain? First is that the impact on soil. It will lead to leaching of nutrients, decreases the rate of decomposition, therefore the quality of soil will reduce. So, soil degradation or the quality of the soil will reduce. Second one is vegetation. It affects the vegetation, that is the trees and the forest. We have already seen that. Third is its impact on the microorganisms. It will delay in the decomposition and also increase the fungal diseases. Fungal diseases will increase and delay in decomposition. Okay. Impact on wildlife. The productivity and the survival of the wildlife populations will be affected, which will affect the biodiversity, again which will have an impact on the food chain, which will alter the natural balance of the ecology, environment. Now the impact on humans is reduced visibility, irritation of the skin, eyes, respiratory tract infections. And direct effects include chronic bronchitis, pulmonary diseases and cancer. So these are the direct impacts. Bronchitis, breathing difficulty, pulmonary diseases and also cancer. So these are about the acid rain and also about El Nino. I hope these two things are clear for you. If you have any doubts, please do post it here. And if you have liked the video, please do share it with your friends. Also, please do subscribe to our channel. I'll see you again tomorrow, the same time, 7 o'clock. Okay, until then, please do take care of yourselves and your family and your close ones. And do revise properly. Whatever is taught in the class, revise it properly. So, if you have any doubts, please post it on the comment box. Otherwise, we will wind up for today. Okay. Any doubts? If it's clear also, please tell me. Others have left or like, okay, it's clear. Okay, Attar, thank you. Nirja, Attar, Suprita. Okay, bye everyone. Take care. Good night. See you tomorrow. Hello friends and welcome to Digimento. So let's continue our discussion on this particular topic. We were discussing about the global environmental issues. So today we will finish the global environmental issues. We will come to regional environmental issues. So we will discuss the regional environmental issues in detail today, and then we will continue the series like that. So welcome everyone. I hope you have all joined the classes. I guess you are having a previous session also till 7:15 or 7:30. But I still believe that you people have joined my classes. Tell me a hi or send me a hi on the comment box if you have joined the class. Tell me a hi or send me a hi. Sorry. So yeah, okay, so let's start, and before that, this is our channel, and if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe to our channel and also press the bell icon if you have not, so that you will be notified when you get the when we upload a new video. And also, if you are preparing for GATE, NTA, UGC NET or PGT Computer Science, we are providing online courses also. You can visit our website www.digimentor.com, or you can also call to this number for getting more details about the online courses that we provide. So let's begin. Please tell me if you have joined the classes. Okay. Okay. Hi Suprita. Hi Surjit. Hi Atira. Hi Minachi, hi Harsha and hi Puviri. So I hope the others also will be joining the classes very soon. Now we were discussing about the global issues, and as I said in the introduction, today we will start with the regional issues also. We will finish the regional issues, because regional issues we are not going into details today, because each of the regional issues are very important and separately mentioned in your syllabus. So we need to study all of them in detail. So we will not be discussing in detail about regional issues. We will have a brief idea about it, and then issue wise we will discuss each of them. Okay, now under global issues we discussed already. We completed ozone depletion, global warming. Yesterday we completed El Nino and acid rain. So today we will take up ocean acidification, and as I said, pollution we will be taking up later, because pollution as a topic you have to learn it in full detail. So it is mentioned in your syllabus exclusively, so there is no way out but to study pollution completely, and most of the questions are asked from pollution only. So pollution we will keep it for another one module. But today we will take up ocean acidification. Now quickly going through what we have learned till yesterday in this particular subtopic. Ozone depletion we learned, then we discussed about the impacts of ozone depletion, then all the important things, the sources of ozone depletion, and then we discussed about global warming. Okay, again the greenhouse gases, we discussed what are the greenhouse gases. And then we discussed about the greenhouse effect. Okay, quickly going through them. The impact of global warming, all these are important, I already told you. Then El Nino, yesterday we discussed that in detail as much as possible, and whatever is important for you I have discussed it for you. I hope that is clear for you. El Nino and La Nina also we discussed. We discussed the three scenarios, the normal times, the El Nino and the La Nina. Then we discussed what happens in a normal year and what happens in a El Nino year. Then we also discussed with using a map also, we discussed how it happens and how the direction of the trade winds or the wind changes, all that we have seen. Also we discussed why this El Nino and La Nina is only particular to the Pacific Ocean, because of its vastness and because the equator passes through it. Okay, then we discussed about the effects of El Nino, and I said that this is the most important part, because in the examination mostly what is asked is the effect of El Nino, or what is the impact of El Nino. Okay, all these we have seen. Acid rain also yesterday we discussed. When the pH of water goes below 5.6, it is considered to be acid rain, and the two chemicals or two pollutants which causes acid rain are sulfur, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen. We also discussed about a Taj Mahal example, if you remember. Okay, this is how it happens, all that we have seen in detail. Now the two forms of deposition, the wet deposition and the dry deposition, and the sources, natural sources and the man-made sources, and which are the acids formed, all that we have seen. Again the impact, with that also we have seen what is the impact of acid rain on different organisms, or on different like soil, vegetation, microorganisms, wildlife, human. We have seen all that. Okay, so we will start with ocean acidification today. I hope more people have joined the class. Sandeep, hi Sandeep, hi Pragya, hi Neetu, hello everyone. So let's start with ocean acidification today. Okay, so we have already seen what is acid rain. So with that you may be able to connect. Like with regard to acid rain, we have seen that when the pH of the rainwater, when the pH of precipitation it goes beyond 5.6, it is called acid rain. Now anything, whatever you call an acid, it is below some pH value. It ranges from 0 to or 1 to 14. So 1 to 14 or 0 to 14, and if it is more than 7, it is called basic, it shows basic properties, and less than 7 it is called acid or acidic properties. And when the pH value falls beyond a particular level, it becomes even more acidic. So what happens with acid rain, the precipitation or the rain water, it has a pH of less than 5.6. Now in case of ocean acidification, ocean we know that it's a large resource of water, or its oceans are usually very large and they have so much of water. So the volume of water in the oceans are much higher than what we receive through precipitation or rainfall. So ocean acidification means lowering of the ocean pH. So when the pH level of the ocean water reduces, We call it as acidification of ocean. Change in ocean chemistry by the uptake of carbon compounds by ocean from the atmosphere. So this is how ocean acidification takes place. So ocean chemistry here means that the value of the pH value of the water, that is what is meant by ocean chemistry. So when the water in the ocean, the pH value changes, and how it happens by the uptake of carbon compounds. So from where does the ocean take up this carbon compounds? From the atmosphere. Three things are important. One is the change in pH value of the ocean. Second one is how does this happen? Due to the intake of the or uptake of the carbon compounds by the ocean. And third, it is received or it is taken from the atmosphere. Due to these three factors, the pH of the ocean reduces, and this is what we call as ocean acidification. Now, uptake of carbon dioxide at a rate exceeding the natural buffering capacity of the ocean. Here, we have already discussed about a concept called equilibrium. When did we discuss about equilibrium? We discussed equilibrium when we discussed about global warming. Ozone depletion. So, when we discussed about ozone depletion, we said equilibrium means the rate of formation, whereas the rate at which the ozone is destroyed, it remains the same. So what will happen? It will neutralize. Whatever ozone is destroyed, the same is the amount of ozone that is generated or formed. So the effects will be neutralized. So this is called equilibrium. But when does the ozone layer depletion start affecting human beings? It is when the equilibrium balance is lost. And when is the equilibrium balance lost? It is when the rate of depletion is higher than the rate of formation. So here the rate of depletion is high and formation is low, which means there is a gap. So this gap thins, or the ozone layer will get thin, and then this is called as ozone hole. Same is the case with ocean acidification. When the uptake of carbon dioxide by the ocean, that is the carbon compounds, they are responsible for acidification. So when the uptake of carbon dioxide or the carbon compounds by the ocean is higher than the rate at which the ocean can naturally buffer, or which is called the natural buffering capacity of the ocean. So if the uptake of CO2 or carbon compounds by the ocean is higher than its natural buffering capacity, we call it as acidification. Now what is the buffering capacity of the ocean, or natural buffering capacity? Natural buffering capacity of the ocean is referred as the rate at which the ocean can neutralize the acidification. So the rate at which this acidification can be neutralized by the ocean is called its natural buffering capacity. I will just give you a simple example to make you understand that. Now, let us take a bottle, or like a container. We can say not bottle exactly. Let us take a container. So you have 2 kilogram of sugar. You have to fill this 2 kilogram of sugar into this container. This is your task. Now, this whatever is available, the sugar is 2 kilogram, and whatever is available is only this container. So you have filled almost 1 kilogram, and you feel that the container is almost full now. Now what will you do? You will just shake the container once more, so that little more space you will get. Now you were able to put some, like, left 1/4 of whatever was left, making it into 1.25 kilogram. Now a rest of 750 gram is left out. Now you cannot fill this 750 gram into this container because its capacity is over. The same is the case with ocean also. Now ocean has a natural buffering capacity to neutralize the effect of acidification, beyond which ocean cannot neutralize it, or beyond which the ocean cannot take up the acidification or the carbon components. So what will happen? Naturally, beyond its capacity, buffering capacity, the water in the ocean, the pH level of the water in the ocean will come down, and this phenomena is called acidification. Now why does this happen? This is because the carbon emission, or when the carbon components taken up by the ocean is more than its buffering capacity. And when does the carbon components increase, or carbon compounds or CO2 intake increase? This is when the pollution levels are very high and the atmosphere gets highly polluted due to these carbon compounds. I hope this is clear for you. Any doubts, please put it in the comment section. Now Again, there are also influence of other factors. The first and the major factor that we discussed responsible for ocean acidification is the uptake of carbon dioxide, or rather we can put it as carbon compounds. So apart from CO2 or apart from the carbon compounds, there are also other factors which are responsible for ocean acidification. One is acid rain. Now you have to remember here that when there is precipitation or when there is rainfall, it is not only the terrestrial bodies that receive this rainfall. It is not that only the land will receive this rainfall. This rainfall is equally received by the water bodies as well. So acid rain is one another influencing factor. Another one is eutrophication. Eutrophication particularly to the small water bodies. I will explain that. If you remember, we have already discussed about the concept of eutrophication in a previous lecture, but I will explain it one more time. Those who have already attended, this will be a revision for you, and those who have not, first time you can listen to the concept and make sure that you understand the concept. Now, for explaining eutrophication, let us again take the previous example that we were looking into. Suppose a lake, this is a water body, this is a lake. This is situated in a city. The previous example we took it as Bangalore. So suppose this lake is situated in the city, in the midst of the city, Bangalore. This is because I'm taking this example because there was an incident recently, or for the last 1 or 1.5 years, this is continuing, that the lakes or the water bodies situated in the city of Bangalore are highly polluted, and thereby the fresh water availability or the drinking water availability in the city has come down. So this is in the news for last 1 year. A series is also being made. So that's why I have taken this example. Okay, you can consider it anywhere. Location or anything is not important. But what is important? You need to understand the concept. Now, this lake which is in the city. Now, very close to this lake, suppose there are some industrial units. So this is a city, and therefore this lake is surrounded by many industrial units. Sometimes it can be hospitals which discharges waste. Again, sewage will be there, the drainage or the sewage system. Then industries, manufacturing units. So this lake can be surrounded by many industries or many economic units. It can be anything, even the hospital waste which is untreated, it's very much harmful. So what happens is all the waste from all these places, it is discharged into this lake without treatment. Without treatment means without neutralizing the pollutants. So without removing the pollutants, it is being discharged into the lake. So what will happen? Here, these pollutants are basically nutrients for the organisms. So, these pollutants that the lake receives or which is discharged into the lake, it is actually nutrients for the microorganisms and the algae which live in this lakes. So, what will happen in the lakes? There will be a high number of microorganisms. We discussed about the concept of BOD, biological oxygen demand, or biochemical oxygen demand. If you remember this concept, you can easily connect it. So here what happens, because of discharge of waste from all these industrial units, the lake will receive a lot of nutrients which create ample conditions for the growth of microorganisms in the lake. So there will be high number of microorganisms in the lake which makes the water unfit for consumption or human consumption. We cannot even use it for bathing or for cleaning or anything. It is unfit for human consumption. Forget about drinking it. You cannot use it for anything else also. So basically, when there are high number of microorganisms and also when there are a lot of pollutants in this water resource, what happens is that the pH of the water in this particular water resource comes down. This leads to acidification. So eutrophication also leads to acidification. How? Eutrophication means enrichment. Enrichment of nutrient components in a water body is called eutrophication. But what are these nutrients? These nutrients are actually pollutants. So this pollutants will also lower the pH value of the water in the lake. Now ultimately the water from the lake will reach another bigger water source. It can be a river. Then ultimately this river reaches the ocean. So this is how eutrophication into smaller water bodies also influence the acidification of ocean, because all the flowing waters they will ultimately reach the ocean, and the small part of eutrophication is done by this small water bodies also. So apart from direct influence due to the uptake of carbon compounds or due to the uptake of carbon dioxide, the acid rain as well as the eutrophication process happening in the small water bodies also are responsible for acidification of ocean. And acidification of ocean or marine resources is a very complicated problem that we are facing today. So you can expect questions from that as well. Now I hope this is clear for you. If you have any doubts till now, please do raise it in the comment section. I will be happy to help you. So let's take up quickly 30 seconds. I will just see if you have any queries. We will answer them and then move forward. If it is clear for you also, please do let me know in the comment section. Okay, Puviri also it's clear. I hope it's clear for all of you. Towards the end of this lecture also, let's take some time. If you have any doubts, I'll clear it there also. So I think we will continue now. Okay, Neetu. Okay, let's continue. Okay, I hope this much is clear for you. And okay, let's come to the impacts of ocean acidification. Basically, we said that the direct cause of ocean acidification is the higher level of carbon compounds or the carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere. So, increase in atmospheric CO2, it leads CO2 levels, it leads to decrease in pH level, increase in the concentration of carbonic acid and bicarbonate ions. So these all things are very important because this is how the questions are framed. So how does ocean acidification happen? So this is because we said the direct and the most important cause of ocean acidification is due to the high uptake of carbon compounds or CO2 from the atmosphere by this marine resources or by this ocean. So basically when the CO2 level in the atmosphere increases. Now how does the CO2 level in atmosphere increases? This is due to anthropogenic activities. High rate of industrialization, pollutants being discharged from industries or otherwise the vehicular pollution. So all these are some important factors of emission or CO2 emission. So when the atmospheric CO2 levels are high, this leads to decrease in the pH level of the ocean. We have seen how does it happen. So how does it acidify the components or the water in the ocean? So with increased CO2 levels in atmosphere, there is a decrease in the pH level of the water in ocean leading to acidification. Now, how does this pH level decreases? This is because of acidification. Now, acidification means increase in the concentration of carbonic acid and bicarbonate ions. This is important because in case of acid rain, we saw that the acid rain, the chemicals or the acids were different. Now, if you can simply recap it, we will see that here the acids are mostly it is formic acid, then phosphoric acid, hydrochloric acid and carbonic acid. Now, when we come to ocean acidification, it is mainly the carbonic acid. You can just remember it like this. The direct impact of the direct cause of ocean acidification is increased levels of carbon compounds. So, carbonic acid. So, this is how you can remember it. So, carbonic acid and bicarbonate ions. So, this is how the pH level reduces or acidification happens. Carbonic acid and bicarbonate ions, and this causes a decrease in the concentration of carbonate ions. Okay, therefore the pH value of the water in the ocean will reduce. Now, catastrophic consequences for ocean life and many marine species of economic importance is caused due to acidification of ocean. So, catastrophic consequences for ocean life. So, ocean life here refers to the biodiversity in the oceans. When we discussed about coral reefs, we also discussed that coral reefs are known as the what is coral reefs? Tropical rainforest of the oceans. So, coral reefs are very high in biodiversity. They have a large number of species and they also become a part of the ocean life. So, here we must understand that due to acidification, this can also lead to a negative impact on the coral reefs also. So, this will have a consequence for ocean life, including coral reefs and other marine resources living in the oceans. It can be many. It can be the species, the fishes or the marine vegetation. So all these will be affected, and marine species which are of economic importance will also be lost. Basically, the balance will be lost. Ecological balance in the oceans will be lost. It is because of the depletion of biodiversity in the oceans due to acidification of the oceans. So these are the impacts. Yeah, Neetu has commented tropical rainforest. Yes, coral reefs are the tropical rainforest of the oceans. Now, with this, we come to an end to all the global problems that are important from your examination perspective. Now, we will move into regional problems. Today, we will discuss the regional problems and then wind up the class. And as I said, another important global issue that we are yet to discuss is the pollutions. So, pollution, different kinds of pollution. And in the unit, if you have gone through the syllabus, we have already covered the syllabus in the first lecture. If you have individually seen the syllabus, you will notice that pollution and pollutants are a very important topic in your syllabus. So we will take up that topic in detail later. So pollution, we are keeping it aside, but we will cover it. Okay. Now, let's now come to regional issues. Now, when we said global issues, we said that they are of international importance, and global issues are not just specific to one country, but it is equally, we cannot say equally, on varying degrees it has affected the globe, or it has affected the entire world. Like in case of corona, it's a pandemic. COVID-19 is a global pandemic where not just one region or one country is affected. The whole world is affected, but in varying degrees. Similarly, global issues were certain environmental issues which had a global reach, which means that almost all the countries at varying levels or varying degrees were affected due to these problems. Now, these are regional issues which are specific to a particular region. Problems that are carried out to the neighboring countries. When we say region, we can take some examples like the Southeast Asian region, or East Asia, Middle East. So all these are some regions. So some problems which can be there in some other regions also, but they are mostly regional issues. Okay. So some of the problems or some of the regional issues that we will be taking up will be desertification, deforestation, reverse water pollution, that flows across the national boundaries. Like for example, there are many rivers, or majority of the rivers, they flow across national boundaries. Okay, so the water pollution that is affecting those rivers which shares the borders or which flows across many countries. Then air pollution. Now, within these four regional issues that we take up, today we will be discussing only about desertification, basically because these three things will be covered separately. So, we will not be taking up these issues today. We will be taking up the desertification, okay, in detail today. So, let's come to it. So, desertification, this is UNCCD. UNCCD means United Nations Conference on Combating Desertification. So, UNCCD, United Nations Conference on Combating Desertification. According to them, desertification means land degradation in the dry lands resulting from various factors. So, degradation of land in the dry lands. Dry lands can be arid, semi-arid or dry subhumid regions. Now, these are the reasons of desertification. One is overgrazing. Now, what is desertification basically? Now, for that, you have to bring in the picture of a desert into your mind. Let's take any desert. Let's take the Thar desert. Now, what can be some of the features of the desert? Can someone tell me in the comment section? Koki is asking me, hi ma'am, where can I find the notes? We will make the notes also available to you. I have discussed the issue with the team, so they will make some arrangements for that. Now, you tell me, what are some of the characteristics or features of desert? Okay, desert ecosystem, what are the features? One, okay, I'll give you the points. You have to tell me how it is. So, what about vegetation? Less or high? Vegetation. Second point is rainfall, whether rainfall is high or low. Third is Animals, characteristics of animals in the deserts. Fourth is soil. So on these 4 components, 4 factors, you have to answer. How is it? Okay, less amount of vegetation. Yes, correct. And mostly it is shrubs, or like some of the features of desertic vegetation is like cactus. Those who those small plants or shrubs which will have wax coating on their leaves, and also their leaves will be like needle shaped needs with wax coating, and also the thorns will be there. You can bring in the picture of a cactus when you remember about the vegetation of a desert. So cactus is a very good example of how the vegetation in the deserts look like. Now there are very less amount of vegetation. Second one is rainfall. Yes, rainfall is very low as compared to the other ecosystem. Then third one is humidity. Yes, very hot. Yes. Then temperature is high. Less amount of moisture. Yes. Then how does the soil in desert look like? Is it sandy soil, or is it clay type of soil, or what kind of soil do you generally see in the deserts? It's basically sandy soil. Then the animals, you can yes, sandy soil. Neetu has commented that sandy soil. Then the animals, you can bring in the picture of a camel. Okay, so these are some of the characteristics of deserts. Okay, so okay, now what will happen? Now basically desertification means that the desert like conditions are Suprita has commented camel. Yes, camel is a very good example of the animals found in the desert. Now, desertification means a piece of land or a particular region is becoming desert-like. This is called desertification. So, under desertification, what will happen is that a piece of land or a particular region is adopting some of the characters of the deserts, like lesser vegetation, it will receive lesser rainfall, temperature will be high, and animals, the vegetation, the soil pattern. So adoption of some of the desert like characteristics. Now the most important one is the lack of vegetation or very less vegetation found. Now desertification is the anthropogenic activity, or as a result of anthropogenic activity desertification happens. This is basically because it is not necessary that the piece of land which already existed had the desert-like features. But because of some human activities, because of some anthropogenic activities, this piece of land or this region has turned into desert-like. Now considering that concept in your mind, can you tell me what can be the causes? One is overgrazing, because due to overgrazing, what will happen? The vegetation will be lost. Therefore, desert-like conditions can happen. Deforestation. Again, the vegetation will be lost due to cutting down of the forest or deforestation. Third one is some of the farming practices. Like, let's take some examples of slash and burn agriculture, or what we have already discussed, the slash and burn agriculture. Okay, what happens in a slash and burn agriculture is that after a cropping season, everything is put in fire. Urbanization. Due to urbanization or developmental activities, the vegetation in an area can be cut off. Climate change leading to creating situations or factors that will not allow the growth of vegetation. So climate change can also result into lack of rainfall or enabling situations for the growth of vegetation. Natural disasters, yes. Then water and wind erosions. So all these are responsible for desertification of a particular area. Okay, I hope you got it. So these are the reasons and these are the impact of desertification. All these are very simple. That's why I am not explaining everything in detail. Neetu has commented shifting cultivation. Correct. Slash and burn agriculture or shifting agriculture or shifting cultivation. Now the impact of desertification is destruction of vegetation, soil infertility, increased soil erosion, increased vulnerability to natural disasters, land degradation, water pollution, loss of biodiversity and extinction of species, food security issues. I am not explaining each of them because all these we have explained earlier in different lectures. Also, these are all very simple, and if you know the concept, you can directly connect it with that. So, that's why I'm not going into all the details of all these impacts. If you have any doubt, you can raise it in the comment section. So this is one regional issue that we will discuss today. But as I said, the other regional issues like deforestation, river water pollution, air pollution, all these will be covered in detail in some other classes in the same unit, because we need to avoid the duplication and cover the syllabus entirely in minimum time. So that's why we are not going to the details. And yeah, Neetu has asked me, can we say global warming leads to desertification? Of course we can say. That's why we said that see, climate change. Global warming is one of the most important factors responsible for climate change. Due to global warming, what happens? The temperature increases. So climate change, rainfall patterns will change. Again, when the temperature increases itself, it's a form of climate change. So definitely global warming is also responsible for desertification. Yes. So I hope, Neetu, your doubt is clear now. Any other doubts, please do raise it in the comment section. I will give you some 30 seconds. Please do raise it. So this is what we learned today. And tomorrow we will be taking up the local issues, and we will see the climate change and its socio-economic political dimensions of the climate change. Today my lecture was at 7:30 because there was another lecture going on till 7:30. That's why the time was altered. Tomorrow we will meet at 7 o'clock. So this is all from my side. If you have any doubts, raise it now, and please do subscribe to our channel, and also like this video, and please do press the bell icon for receiving the notifications, and please do share this video with your friends and ask your friends to join the classes from tomorrow onwards. Okay, so this is it. Now doubts, I'll take up the doubts. Then what is the difference between drought and desertification, ma'am? So drought and desertification is entirely different. Desertification is mainly concerned about the vegetation, whereas drought means inadequate rainfall or water availability. So drought means due to climate change or inadequate rainfall, or due to some climate change factors, the availability of water in a particular region is less. So that is drought. Whereas desertification means it is a broader concept. So drought can be included in desertification, but desertification is even more broader concept, because desertification means the desert-like conditions existing in a particular place, or a particular region or a particular place becomes similar to a desert, especially due to anthropogenic activities, mostly due to anthropogenic activities. Natural factors like disasters can also be there, but mostly it is anthropogenic activities. So that is a basic difference between drought and desertification. I hope it's clear for you, Suprita. Any other doubts, please do raise it now in the comment section. I'll be happy to help you. So anything else? So please do share this video with your friends if you think that this has benefited you, and ask them to join for the classes from tomorrow. Severe drought leads to desertification. Yes, severe drought can lead to desertification, because in the absence of water resources, the vegetation in a particular place will suffer. So the vegetation cannot grow. So this will lead to desertification. Yes, that's why I said drought is a factor responsible, and also a smaller, or we can say narrow concept, but desertification is a larger concept. So if we say that this bigger circle is desertification, the smaller circle is drought. Okay, Suprita has commented that it's clear for you now. Anything else? Okay, I think everything is clear for you, and do revise the lecture notes that you have prepared today. And if you have any more doubts, tomorrow we will take it up, and we will wind up the session for now. And any doubts or any queries, you can ask me tomorrow also. We will meet again tomorrow at 7 p.m. Okay, until then, you all take care and stay safe. Okay, study well. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.